stick out like a sore thumb, right? All eyes are gonna be on you. It's gotten to the point where I don't even feel comfortable sometimes going to the grocery store. It's a blessing and a curse, really. But where was this energy when I was a skinny loser? Where was this energy when I was working 2 retail jobs? Where now you just turned off every single girl, you just turned down every single business opportunity, and you just completely destroyed your confidence. Fellas, what's up? It's your boy Robert Studies here again with another video. And today I'm gonna explain the 3 main experiences that you're bound to have as a man after you become jacked. Now, before we get into it, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe for the algorithm because this is about to be a banger. So for those of you who don't know, a gym brand called Yandlay, which is actually what I'm wearing right now, they had a convention down here in Miami over the weekend. And I attended that convention with my boy. And pretty much, guys, at the convention, it's a bunch of gym influencers, right? Bunch of their ambassadors. They're all there. It's guys from like Ronnie Coleman to Jay Cutler. It's a huge gym atmosphere, a huge gym environment, right? So obviously, you know, there's a bunch of bad gym chicks there, of course. The reason why I'm telling you guys this is because every one of these experiences that I'm gonna list today was on full display at that gym convention. So without further ado, I'm gonna get into the first one. So the first experience you're gonna have is a crazy amount of confidence. Guys, when me and my boy walked up in that convention, we walked in there like we owned the place, right? Everybody's staring at us. And yeah, don't get me wrong. It being a gym convention, of course there's gonna be other jack dudes there. But when you work and strive for that top tier physique, that elite physique, you really do stand out amongst other jack dudes, right? Guys, I'm talking about there's other dudes in there. Yeah, they're brolicky and bulky, right? But they don't have the cuts like me and my boy, right? They don't have the striations. They don't have the veins. They don't have the abs, right? And it gets that deep. It gets that technical because when you stand out like that, of course, everybody's gonna look at you. Of course, everyone's gonna give you that respect, right? Guys, there were so many people coming up to me and they thought I was an actual influencer, right? They thought I was a Yandlay ambassador. That's how good I looked, right? That's how good me and my boy looked compared to everybody else, right? Now, yes, looks aren't everything, right? But it leads to conversations, right? It leads to girls giving you choosing signals, so on and so forth. So yeah, man, us just being jacked really did separate us from everybody else. So just knowing everybody staring at you is gonna give you an immense amount of confidence, right? Now, let's take ourselves out of the gym convention, right? Let's put it into everyday terms, right? Guys, when I go to the grocery store and I come from the gym and I'm wearing my tank top or some type of like gym clothes, guys, everyone is staring. Everybody is staring at me. Guys, if I go to the mall, it's the same exact thing, right? All the girls are giving me choosing signals. All the customers in the store are like, hey man, like, you know, what do you do for your workouts? So on and so forth. So it's just like, yeah, it's not just a gym convention that I'm gonna get all this attention and you know, eyes looking at me. It's everywhere, it's universal, right? The confidence is gonna be universal. And that's what a lot of you guys don't understand. And the thing is, you don't have to be the top, you don't have to be the most jack dude in the world, right? Because think about it. I was the most jack dude at the convention. That's why everybody was staring me there. Guys, when I was about like 2-3 months, let me not lie. When I would say when I was like 6 months to a year into my gym journey, my fitness journey, I still had the same attention when I would go to the grocery store, when I would go to the mall, right? It's because you're standing out amongst 99.9% of other men, right? At a gym convention, it's a little bit less, of course, because there's more jack dudes. But in a regular social setting, guys, you really do stand out you stick out like a sore thumb, right? All eyes are gonna be on you. It's gotten to the point where I don't even feel comfortable sometimes going to the grocery store after the gym, right? Going to the mall after the gym because sometimes I don't want all these people staring at me, you know? It's a blessing and a curse, really. But yeah, man, like your confidence is gonna skyrocket as soon as you take the gym more serious, right? As soon as you embark on your fitness journey, guys. I'm telling you, bro, every one of my clients can vouch for me, right? Ever since they started my program and they've been taking their fitness journey a lot more serious, they're noticing the results. They're noticing the people coming up to them, right? Friends and family telling them how good they look now, right? How good they look in their clothes, you know? And when you do fit into clothes you haven't fit into years, you know what that does for your confidence, bro? So yeah, man, just getting jacked overall boosts your confidence, bro. Number 2, everybody's favorite, chicks, right? Now, I'm not talking about ordinary chicks, right? I'm not talking about the fat chicks. I'm not talking about the average chicks. I'm not talking about the girls. I'm not talking about the girls who don't take care of their bodies. Guys, when you get jacked, you start attracting higher quality women. You start attracting girls that are in the gym, girls who take care of their body, girls who take care of their hygiene, right? Girls who keep everything up to par. Guys, at this convention, this is the most choosing signals I've ever gotten in my whole entire life. Guys, I'm talking about, I'm walking in the big area, in the main area where everybody's at, and all these chicks are looking at me, right? I'm grabbing Instagrams, I'm grabbing numbers, me and my boy, we're just going crazy, right? And then after the convention, I'm looking at my phone and I'm looking at the girls who followed me back. I'm seeing 60K on Instagram, I'm seeing 100K. And I'm just like, yo, where was this energy when I was a skinny loser? Where was this energy when I was working 2 retail jobs? Where was this energy when I wasn't taking my life serious? Now I'm realizing me getting jacked attributed to me taking my life more seriously, right? And me taking my life more seriously equaled more chicks, right? Equals more confidence. So I'm gonna tell you guys a story. So as the convention was about to end, me and my boy, we saw these two really good looking chicks. And one of them was a little bit on the older side. She was grown. She was probably like in her mid 30s, right? And then the other one was probably like late 20s. So my boy got the girl that was in her late 20s. And then I was talking to the chick that was in her mid 30s, right? And guys, this chick was bad. I'm talking about a 10 out of 10, right? I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I wasn't a little nervous when talking to her, right? Because obviously, once you get to a certain tier of women, guys, it's inevitable, right? You're gonna fumble over your words a little bit. But anyways, I'm talking to her, everything's going smooth, right? And she's a gym chick, right? She's actually a personal trainer as well. And we're talking or whatever, and pretty much, you know, got the Instagram, everything was cool after that. And guys, later on, after the convention, me and my boy, we got invited to this club, and I look at my phone, I get a DM, it's from her. She's like, oh, are you guys going out tonight? And we were like, yeah, we're already at the club. So yeah, man, one thing led to another, and a meeting was booked, right? Let's just say I got the job done. But the thing is, guys, you have to realize, years ago, probably 2, 3, 4 years ago, I was beating off to women that looked like her, right? I was fantasizing about women that looked like that. And now I'm talking to them, right? And now I'm actually sleeping with them. Now I'm actually getting in contact with these women, and they're texting me first, right? They're pulling up on me first. They're the ones initiating the conversation, right? So again, guys, getting jacked is literally just gonna change your reality. And a lot of you guys aren't understanding that because you have this false reality, you have this false narrative in your head that your looks don't matter, right? Your appearance don't matter. Your physique doesn't matter. And that couldn't be any further from the truth, right? So again, guys, if you take your body serious, these girls will take you more serious as well. Yeah, man, the reality of it is, it's like, you've got all these girls following, you've got all this attention from females. And it's like, guys, I don't go out. Anybody knows me knows that I do not go out. I can count on my fingers the amount of times that I went out in the last 2, 3 years, ever since I started my fitness journey. I've been locked in ever since, right? And it's like, when I finally do go out on special occasions, when I finally do go out, it's like, wow, like, you know, I'm finally seeing the fruits of my labor. But yeah, man, that's just one of the pluses of getting jacked. And going back to the girl, man, like, guys, I'm telling you, this girl was bad, man. This chick was bad. Right? This is the type of girl I could only dream of getting 2, 3 years ago, right? Before I started my fitness journey. So yeah, man, if you just lock in, you will understand what I'm talking about. For the ones who know, you know, bro. And guys, that's just one of the things that happened with a female over the weekend, right? There was another girl that just could not stop touching me, right? She was feeling about my shoulders, grabbing my biceps, right? You know, sweet talking me and everything like that. And of course, you know, I had to book a meeting, you know, we'll see what happens after that. But yeah, man, it was just a lot of choosing signals from these girls over the weekend. And if you want to talk about like an everyday scenario, right? An everyday occurrence, let's talk about the gym. Guys, if you're a jack dude at the gym, majority of the girls are staring at you, right? Obviously, you're walking in there, you're one of the more jack dudes in the gym, you know, you're showing off your physique, right? Whether it's with a tank top, a nicely fitted shirt like this. Guys, if you're in there every single day, right? You're sweating, you're busting your ass, you're locked the fuck in. These girls are gonna be looking at you. If you're doing the things you need to do, right? And your physique reflects that, I guarantee you these girls are gonna be looking at you. You just have to pay attention. Now let's talk about something else, right? Let's say the grocery store. Again, same thing. The grocery store is probably one of the easiest places to notice a choosing signal from a girl, right? You're passing by on the aisle. They're always gonna glance at you, right? They're gonna hit you with that glance and pretend they were looking at the fucking box of cereal when in reality they were looking at your biceps, right? So again, guys, again, it's universal. Everywhere you go, you're gonna get these choosing signals from girls if you're actually taking care of your body. And it's funny because guys will always complain, oh, I keep getting fat chicks, I only get fat chicks. Now, you have to realize, guys, fat chicks like everybody, right? They like me and you. But the thing is, you wanna get the bad chicks. Now, the bad chicks, you gotta think about the type of guys that they like, right? They like guys on the same type of grind that they're on. They like guys that keep up with their body just as much as they do, right? They don't like the average dude. You have to be honest with yourself. Like, do you really see yourself with a bad chick if you're average, right? Probably not. So that's the thing, guys. Like, if you guys want higher tier woman, right, you have to be the guy that deserves a higher tier woman. You have to be the guy that actually takes care of his body, right? And it starts within the gym. So again, guys, like if you're not getting these bad chicks, you have to look at the root of the problem. And for the last one, connections. This is universal, of course, right? But I'm gonna relate it back to the convention for a second. So while me and my boy were there was these two guys, right? They wanted a picture, so we took the picture for them. And then afterwards, we were chopping it up with them. And it turns out that one of the guys was a bouncer and the other one was a promoter for the same club. And pretty much, the conversation went well and they invited us out to the club. Now, you're probably asking yourself, like, what does this have to do with the connections? Guys, you have to think about it. We literally got invited to a club for free. Now, if we were the average dudes, right? Maybe we still would have had a good conversation, whatever, but they wouldn't have invited us back to the club for free, right? They wouldn't have said, hey, like, drinks are on us, or, you guys can get a section, da, da, da. They wouldn't have given us that access had we been some average dudes. And I'm gonna tell you why. Obviously, we're jacked dudes, right? So in their heads, they're probably thinking, these two guys look good, right? They're jacked. They're gonna invite girls to the club, right? Good looking girls to the club. So if we invite them for free, that's gonna bring more girls in the club, and obviously more girls in the club, there's gonna be more average dudes flocking to them, and that's gonna be more people in the club overall, right? More people in the club, more business, right? So that's another thing you have to think about, guys. If you take care of yourself and you look good, you're gonna get opportunities like that, right? So as we're at the club, we get in for free, of course, and then he takes us to like the section, and then he introduces us to this bartender. Now, I don't drink, right? But he said, if you want some drinks, it's on the bartender, right? So again, guys, we got free access to a club and we got free access to drinks, right? And of course, like I said earlier, we invited the girls to the club too, right? And then you know what happened after that. But it's just like, guys, these doors will open up if you take care of yourself. Because again, what is it all about? First appearance, right? So again, guys, these people are gonna give you these opportunities simply because, like, in their head, they know you take care of yourself. They know you're disciplined, right? So whatever opportunity they throw at you is gonna be a good ROI for them. So another dude pulled up on us at the convention, and this time he simply just asked us, like, what we do for our workouts and everything like that, and just, praised us for our physiques. And pretty much this guy is a day trader, right? And he actually does this for a living. He doesn't have a regular job. He just day trades and he makes pretty good money off of it, right? So now, what does that mean for me and my boy, right? Now, when it's time for us to start investing into assets, we know exactly who to go to, right? We know who to go to inform us on stocks, right? And he was just talking to us about stocks the whole time. So it's just like, guys, again, doors will open up for you if you take your life more seriously, right? If you take your physique more seriously, if you take your hygiene more seriously, if you take your health more seriously, right? But a lot of you guys just cope and think this shit doesn't matter, when in reality, I'm living proof that it does. Another proof of concept that I can share with you guys that isn't about the convention is when I started working in Miami. Guys, I was a trainer at a regular commercial gym, right? I got this one client, right? Because I was getting clients left and right? I was killing the game, obviously, because I was the most jacked dude in there, right? But I was killing it. And I acquired this one client, and this dude knew another trainer that worked in Miami. So now I'm getting in contact with him, and then boom, now I work in Miami, right? Now I just doubled my income. Now I increased my connections, making more connections amongst people who are actually rich. So now I can learn from them, so on and so forth. So yeah, man, the power of connections is probably one of the greatest experiences out of this whole list. I'm gonna be honest with you, because the connections are gonna open up more doors, right? So you can improve your life, right? Now, when you improve your life, you improve your confidence. When you improve your confidence, it's gonna lead to more chicks. It's inevitable, right? So yeah, man, I would argue that the connections is the most important experience that you will receive once you get jacked. And a lot of people get networking and making connections all wrong, right? Yes, you wanna network, but in order to do that, you have to be the type of guy that these businesses wanna do business with, right? That these people wanna connect with and network with. So what does it look like if you're reaching out to these people, or you're trying to connect with these people, and you're fat, right? You're fat as hell, or you're skinny as hell, right? They're not gonna take you serious, right? Now, I'm not saying you have to be Arnold, but get jacked, get some muscle on you, increase your muscle mass, decrease your body fat percentage, right? And these people will take you a lot more seriously. It's like getting a job. Would you go to a job interview looking like a slob? Obviously not, right? So why would you walk this earth every single day looking like a bum? Now you just turned off every single girl, you just turned down every single business opportunity, and you just completely destroyed your confidence. So again, guys, start taking your life a lot more seriously, because I can tell you one thing right now. The average guy does not get any of these opportunities. He doesn't experience any of these things. I can tell you that right now, bro. And I'm telling you that off of experience. When I was a skinny loser, these things did not open up for me. These doors did not open up for me, bro. I'm telling you that right now. So yeah, man. Take your life a lot more serious, right? Get in the gym. I tell you guys this all the time. The foundation is the gym. Everything else will fall in line once you get your body right. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want more videos like this, like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, guys, I'm out. Love you guys.